All right, guys, today we're going to be looking at this ENTEGRA emblem. This is a big Class A. We're going to be putting in a lithium battery, solar charge controller, DCDC charger, basically just replacing the 12-volt side of things on this very mediocre electrical system. Client's complaining about the generator kicking on too often when he's just parked like overnight. Because these two batteries, these are two 6-volt batteries totaling 224 amp hours. So you use half of that, that's 112 amp hours. It's going to get depleted pretty quickly just running your lights and your fridge and all that. So we're basically quadrupling the battery capacity with this Epoch 460. We're going to take those out. We're going to put this one over here and kind of build a little power center right in here. You can see it already has a small inverter. And we're going to be fitting in a solar charge controller with 400 watts of solar on the roof, DC-DC charger. Here's a power center that's consists of like a Lynx distributor, a BMV battery monitor, and a power switch. So let's get started. Solar panels are already up on the roof. It's a fiberglass roof, which is nice. So I'll just glue and screw those down, and then it's also pre-wired for solar, which is really nice. So I don't have to go from there all the way down there. I can just hook up right there. All right, so here's our new system. We have our Epoch or Epoch, however you want to say it, 460 Essential Series battery. This has Bluetooth functionality, and it also has an internal heater. And it's fitted with a solar charge controller, and we have our double pole breaker up there on the roof. So the solar panels, and there's two 195 watt bifacials by EcoWorthy that I have on the roof. They come into the solar breaker. This rig was already pre-wired with 8-gauge cable, which is really nice, the red and the white. So it goes into the breaker, and then it comes to our solar charge controller. So I've seen 20 amps come out of those two panels, which I'm pretty impressed with. We have an Orion XS that I fitted. So the alternator will supply power to this, which then provides 50 amps of charging to the battery, which is awesome. You can see I have two little jumper cables that come out of the remote port on here, and they go to this main on-off switch. So when we turn the main on-off switch off, it turns the battery off, but it also turns off the Orion XS, meaning that if this battery is turned off, if the switch is off, if you didn't have that, that remote tied to this switch, the Orion would still be able to technically supply power, kind of backfeeding all of the 12-volt circuitry in this entire distribution center. Same with the solar. So, when you go to turn a system off, if you really want to do it correctly, you need to isolate the battery on a main switch. You need to turn off the solar breaker, and then you also need to turn off your DC-DC charging, which I made it really easy by just having one lead on either side of the poles in the switch here. Class T fuse for the big battery. We have silicone caps for the terminals because there's stuff in here. We don't want it flying around and short-circuiting. The owner said he's going to build a partition here to kind of protect everything up here. I moved the inverter, which was on the wall, and I moved it to the ceiling just to kind of get that out of the way. Another thing that I had to do here was that he didn't have control over the inverter from the inside. So the fridge would just come on, and the remote turn on wasn't working. And I think it was because of this, these two blue wires here, which were connected to this ignition start, what do they call it, a start port. So once I pulled that out, then you're able to kind of turn the inverter on and off, meaning you can turn the fridge on and off remotely, which is what we want. We don't want some other, signal or trigger wire kind of controlling the inverter, keeping it on or off, which I still don't understand, but now we do. Modified Lynx power in. This is our distribution center. There's mega fuses inside of here that supply power to, we have solar, we have our DC-DC, we have our inverter, we have our 12-volt circuits in the, the stock, just 12-volt panel. Over here we have our main ground, and then we have our generator right there. Fitted with a battery monitor. We'll take a look at that. Yeah, really pleased with how this came out. Room for another battery right here if he wants to upgrade in the future. This is a very simple system, sort of like a bare minimum for a lithium battery upgrade. He gets, monitoring on a Bluetooth app for the battery with the battery monitor by Victron. He gets solar, DC-DC charging. He has an onboard inverter, which is going to be enough for him. And then we'll take a look over here. All right, so inside Our main on-off switch is now working. Before it was kind of not latching. Added our Victron BMV readout right there. Inside, like I was saying before, this wasn't working. It was overridden by those ignition wires. Now we can turn this on and off like it should be, like just on and off, right? And we get to turn the fridge. Look at this fridge. It's a massive residential 120 volt fridge. We get to turn that on and off. And then I added a new outlet here that's connected to the circuit that runs the refrigerator. Now I didn't tap into that outlet. It's actually behind the oven. I just ran an extension cord from the outlet to the outlet of the fridge. Just plugged it right in.